It's our intention. Our intention is everything. Nothing happens on this planet without it. So I started thinking about my life, and I looked back and I thought, well, I was two people my whole life. I was in the living room entertaining people, being a monkey, doing my thing for the company and trying to relieve my mother who was suffering. She had rheumatoid arthritis and phlebitis and everything under the sun that was nagging at her, and she was depressed. And I wanted her to be free. And I wanted her to realize that her life was worth something because she gave birth to someone who was worth something. And then I would go into my room and I would sit with a legal pad. I was a little kid. And I would sit there and I would try to figure out what it meant, what it was all about. Why are we here? What is this? And one day I read something from Buddha that said that all spirituality is about relieving suffering. And I suddenly realized that's what I'm doing in the other room. and I'm aligned. My purpose is aligned with this. A few months ago, I woke up and I suddenly got it. I understood suddenly how thought was just an illusory thing. And how thought is responsible for, if not all, most of the suffering we experience. And then I suddenly felt like I was looking at these thoughts from another perspective. And I wondered, who is it that's aware that I'm thinking? And suddenly I was thrown into this expansive, amazing feeling of freedom from myself, from my problems. I saw that I was bigger than what I do. I was bigger than my body. I was everything and everyone. I was no longer a fragment of the universe. I was the universe. And ever since that day, I've been trying to get back there.
No, honestly, there's nothing but this. You're my universe. You know what I mean? So I'm not looking forward and I'm not looking backward, and I'm not, the aspect of this that's backward to me is like a contemporary thing. That's what's good about this movie. It's not a look back. It's a contemporary concept. It's what's happening right now inside everybody. Is they're going, who am I? And they're depressed. A lot of people, because they're trying to hold up an image in the world. And that's what depression is. People go like, oh, Jim's been depressed and stuff. Well, yeah, I was depressed when I was trying to be the Wizard of Oz instead of the sweaty guy behind the curtain. But now I know that Oz is a character, and I think everybody deals with that. Everybody walks around and they go, why am I depressed? Well, it's because you're trying to be something for the world, and as soon as you let that go, better things happen because they're just happening, but it's not, now it's just sadness. Sadness comes, happiness comes, it's the weather that flies by in the sky. It doesn't sit on you long enough to drown you. Happiness is the weather, man. Happiness is about happenstance. It's about what's happening. So, yeah, if you want to wait for something cool to happen to be happy, that's great. You get sad when sad things happen. That's all weather. I know I'm never going to be in a perpetual state of happiness. I've given that up for sure. But freedom from who it's happening to, I guess, is where I'm at. I no longer believe that I exist. So every once in a while I get caught up in the story because it's really convincing.